Hey y'all, okay, so that's my new computer. Look how slim it is. I know my room is a mess, I apologize. But I just wanted to show y'all this computer because it is so nice. Let me see if I turn on the light. Might make it better. I don't know. It's not looking too good there. Let's see if we can get it better. That might be better. Okay, so check it out. Nobody on the planet hated Windows 8 more than me. Okay? I couldn't stand it. But what I've, over, the course of the past couple of years, I've come to really love Windows 8. Now, what I cannot stand is Windows 8.1, and therefore, I don't upgrade my computers to 8.1. But let's get a better background on that, because that's horrible. But anyway, so what I wanted to show y'all, see if we can find something. Okay, let's get rid of those icons. That's how you get your icons. If you don't like that whole messy icon thing, just go show desktop icons, they're gone. Then you right click and you say view, show them, they're back. I like to keep them off because I like a clean desktop, and then uncheck them. And then if you want to ever get to anything that's on your desktop, you can just go up here and there's every single icon that was on my desktop. And the way that you would get this to be here as an arrow is just click on the properties of the toolbar and pick toolbars and pick desktop. So that's pretty neat. I keep my toolbar up here because it looks prettier. But I have to tell you about this computer because I was all over the planet. I bought the XPS 18, which was a removable tablet that sat on a base, and the resolution wasn't that great. It was an 18-inch tablet and the resolution was only 19 by 20 and things were a little bit blurry. This is about the same. It's a little bit bigger screen, but the resolution looks the same to me, and this was only $559 at Best Buy. And I really wanted something a little more modern because I don't know if you know the other one that I had, but it was an MSI and it was like 4 years old. And it had this like bezel, and I was like, I've always used touch computers from the minute they came out. But this one, I gotta tell you. So then I returned the XPS 18 because that was $1,000. With tax, it was like $1,080 from the Microsoft store. It was a really nice machine if it was like $500, but $1,000 didn't do it for me. The screen was a little too small. 18 was too in between. Nice to be portable, and that one, if you took it off the charger, you could walk around the house with it, which was nice, but not worth $1,080. Then I went and got the HP Rogue because that was a little bit cheaper. That was only $699 at the Microsoft store. But that one only had 1600 by 900 resolution. The thing was heavy as F, you know what I'm trying to say. And it was only had like 2 hours battery life off the charger. And that was almost $770 after taxes. And again, I was like, it's nice, but, and it wasn't a tablet type thing. I mean, you could pick it up and move it around the house if you took it off the plug and it had some battery life to it. And I don't know why I even care about taking something off the plug and bringing it around the house because I have a computer in every room, so I don't really need that. But anyway, enough waffling. So I went and I said, you know what, I'm just going to get something cheap because I know something better is going to come out. And this way, I don't have too much invested for when I want to go ahead and get it. So I paid $559 for this at Best Buy. It was on sale from $619. And with taxes, it was like $600. And after I bought it, like the day after I bought it, and in the ad, it had this like second bezel. I don't know if you can see this in the pictures. It's so ugly. It's like, what is that? And that's what kept me from ever even looking at it. But now that I have it in person, and when I went to see it, it's solid black. It's really pretty. It looks like black glass. I mean, it's nice. And so I went ahead and I bought this. I got it home. I set it up because it's supposed to be on a stand, but I like a low to the... I want it like a tabletop. So I took the stand off and I just have it sitting on this frame, and there's my keyboard. But the amazing thing is that after I got this, like a day or so later, I was reading about it, and I just happened on the Lenovo outlet site forum or something. And everybody, I mean not everybody, but a lot of people had bought this for like $399 on the Lenovo site. So I had just spent $600. So I go to the Lenovo site and I find a scratch and dent model of this for $333. And I was like, all day long. I'm going to take a chance on it. So I ordered it. It came perfect. There wasn't one dent, one scratch. Everything, I don't know what was scratch and dent about it. I researched, you know, the communities to see if people got burned by the scratch and dents, and nobody seemed to from Lenovo. So I went for it. And this thing, I went back to Best Buy. I returned that other one for $617, and this was $350 with tax, shipping, everything. And it's beautiful. So I'm just going to show you, I know I've been waffling for 20 minutes, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to show you some of the ways that I use Windows 8 that makes it every bit as good as Windows 7, maybe even better. Because one of the things I love, like for instance, let's start with shutting it off. So you just hit the FN key and that shuts it off, okay? Then if you want to turn it on, oh, and they make the nicest keyboard, my goodness. It's wired, but it's still nice. So you want to just turn it on, you just hit a button. It has a camcorder, but I've got my little skull blocking it because I don't trust people. So the way you sign on is first you just can go like that and now take it away. Or you can use your mouse. And then I have a picture password set where you set it up and you can tap anywhere 3 times on the picture. So I have it set to his nose. So I just go, and that opens it up, okay? Then what you would do is anytime you go to the corner, see, I didn't really understand the charms. I didn't know when, they just seem to pop out all the time, but they don't. You have to go to the corner and then it'll pop out. So that's good. And you've got a couple of things you can do. Like for starters, you just would go to your start screen. Now this had me insane. I was like, what the hell? I don't like Metro. But it's very simple to figure out how to make this like what you are accustomed to. You can ignore this. Or you can even download that Start 8 button, and then you have a Start button. And that's what I did on my other laptop with Windows 8. But I come to really like Windows 8, and I don't need a Start button. So here's what you do. You keep your desktop over here, so you always have your desktop. So if you want to go to the Metro screen, you go here to this corner. Or you want to go to the desktop. Okay? Very simple. Now here is where it gets a little tricky. You see all these icons? I never need that Metro screen. Because what I've done is I've set it up, so let's go to the Metro screen. If you go right click, you'll get all apps. Once you have all these apps, you just go over to the one you want. For instance, let me find one I don't have. Like, let's say the snipping tool. You right click and then you have options. So I'm going to pin it to the star menu and then I'm going to bring it back up, right click, and I'm going to pin it to the taskbar. Now they're both there. Now to get to them, you just go back to Start, and then you have to scroll over because everything you say attached to the star menu is going to be at the far end. So once you do that, then just grab it and move it to something that you use often. So you put it there, and it'll stay there. Now, as far as my desktop, if I go to my desktop, you're going to see it there too because I said to pin it to my desktop. My start menu. Well, I don't even know what I said. I said pin to start and pin to taskbar. So it's on my taskbar. So that's really, good. Now, I did get a Windows Arrow app. And you had to donate, but it was so worth it because Windows, the biggest thing I hate about Windows is how flat everything is. I mean, they took away Arrow. They took away some of the things that pop on it, and they make everything flat. So I really like that. So I did this, which I really love, okay? Because now all my windows are like see-through. Like, for instance, see that's a well, I jacked that up. But you get the point. So that's for starters how to make that really, easy to use. And then it's, pretty much a Windows experience. I mean, but occasionally if you want to go to the Metro app, okay, to the star menu, you can, go and use all those stupid things, but I never mess with them. Now, for control panel, because that's a big thing. What you have to know is that underneath Windows 8 is Windows 7. And here's where everything is familiar. Let's go back to my desktop. And I've pinned my control panel to the start menu. So if you go here and you just start typing, well, let's make it big. That's the familiar, let's go back, control panel. That's what you're familiar with. That's underneath Windows 7. User accounts, everything. You can use Windows 7 to navigate if that's how you're more comfortable. Just type in there, whatever you want like you normally would. Or you can go back to your desktop, which you hit this little button there. and that'll bring you here. And then you bring up your cursor and you go to the search bar. Now on Windows 8, you have to pick if you want to search for an app, a settings, or a file. Windows 8.1 just puts up everything search bar, but Windows 8.1 is ridiculous. I hate it. But anyway, so you can type for things that you're accustomed to in here, or you could just, like I said, hit your start menu. It'll bring you there. Hit your desktop. And now you're back at your desktop to all the things that are familiar. So that's pretty much, you know, just the basics of Windows 8.1. Really what I would do, let's see if there's any scratch and dents still on the website. Because, man, if this isn't the killer deal of the century. We have too many open. Let's go here. And you just Lenovo outlet.com. I think is what it is. My internet's a little slow. This computer rocks though. Alright, so you go here. And then you would go, see it's the outlet. And you go desktops and all-in-ones. And then you pick the C series because that's what this is. This is a touch screen. It's a multi 10 point whatever. It's an older processor, a G2030, but it kicks ass. And then you would just do the C series and you would pick either the scratch and dents or the refurbished. From everything I can tell, they're identical. All right, so right now, and this is a C440 model. So right now they're up a little bit, 415, 472. But if you go to the site, you got to be careful now. This is a multi-touch, so it's a little cheaper, 378. I would jump on it. But you can want to be careful because every now and again they throw in the C440s and it doesn't say multi-touch. Like, let me find one. And that is a non-touch computer. Let's see if there are any out here. Because it doesn't even tell you it's not a multi-touch. But if you don't be careful, you might order it without multi-touch because the C440 comes in both models. And of course I'm not finding one. But when I look on my own, when I'm not videotaping, there's a gabillion of them. Here's one. See, it's a C440. And right here when it says display, it just says 21.5, 1920 by 1080, blah, blah, blah. But it just says LED backlight with 720 camera. It doesn't say multi-touch. So you really want to, and see it's cheaper. But look at this one's multi-touch. It's only $378. So honestly, you can't go wrong with them because I think there's a restocking fee. That's the only thing. But if it's broke, you know, it doesn't play right or whatever, then there wouldn't be a restocking fee. But they pay for shipping. They pay for return shipping, I'm pretty sure. So it's really a no-brainer. All right, then I'm going to show you really quick what I got after that. Because I've been looking also for a new laptop because my laptop was Windows 7. And I really love Windows 8 now because I love that picture password. So here is my Asus. Let's see if I can. This is my Asus, and this is really a nice computer. This is full metal, okay? And it's a aluminum, okay? I've got it set up the same way. This is metal. The front was metal. And this is, let's see. Oh, the mouse pad on this is so amazing. This is an 11.6. Look, I named it Cherry Pop Laptop. How cute is that? But anyway, so this same thing. Okay, and I have it set up the same way, but this is such a nice computer. It was $3.99 on Amazon, and it's got an i3 in it, and the keys are so nice. Everything is so nice. It's beautiful screen. I mean, I can't believe it's way nicer than, I must have gone through about 10 laptops since I was on, you know, with y'all last. And it is a 1366 by 768, but on 11.6 screen, it looks like high def, and it's like, I want to say 160 ppi, which on a 1080 screen, on an 18-inch screen, you're at the same resolution. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Just wanted to share. Definitely, this is not about Android for a change, but any of y'all that have wanted to stick your feet in the water with Windows 8, do yourself a favor. Either get this one here or get this, but this is just my opinion, do not get anything that comes with 8.1 because 8.1, Windows 8, once you understand it, it's very simple. Windows 8.1, I feel they've complicated things, but don't go by me. just, you know, read for yourself. But the warning is 8. If you get 8.1, you cannot go back to 8.0. So even if your computer came with 8.0, once you do the upgrade, you're dead in the water. You cannot revert back. You can only revert back to factory settings of 8.1. So be aware of that. But I think if you make a USB stick, which is what I'm going to do, of 8.0, then you can restore 8.0, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The other thing you want to be aware of is if you start with 8.0, Windows 8 or 8.1, the way to bypass attaching your Microsoft account with everything, because that's what they try to do, is when you set the computer up for the first time, don't be on the internet. Don't have your wireless enabled, because then it lets you sign into a local account and it doesn't bother you to turn your regular account into a local account, and it lets you do that. But if you're hooked up to the internet, you cannot create an account without using your email address. And it's so annoying because it pops up in so many different things that you just want to like throw the whole computer in the garbage. So definitely don't be hooked up to wireless when you create your first account. And if you want to create more accounts, shut your wireless off and go through the whole procedure again. I hope some of these tips have been helpful. And if you have any questions, you know I'm more than willing to answer them. Thanks, y'all.